Hello and welcome to another episode of Ways to Better Living. This is your host, Coolio, and today's topic is a continuation of the last one, which is dealing with government, politics, or politicians. And this is the part 2 of that discussion. So, with that said, we'll love to jump right in and start from where I left off. As yes, the last episode was dealing with the informations of what they give you through social media or the news outlets in general, which will be TV, radio, or even, now that the internet is taking over, it's still on there. So, and we discuss about the 3 aspects of what they say. For you to be able to get something positive going, you have to vote for 3 reasons: to affect change, and to have a voice, and also so my brain is going in a direction right now about this topic, which is what I don't want to go in there yet. So, but like I was saying, the 3 things: for you to vote, affect change, give you a voice, and also it what's the word? I was thinking about it all day today, and now it's gone. Anyways, as we deal with it, as I recall, I will give it to you later on, so that way you understand more. Because sometimes when I'm speaking it, if the word is not there, I'll just keep going. Anyways, not to digress. With those 3 things that's mentioned, that's what you hear. It's like you need change, you have to vote. You need your voice to be heard, you have to vote. And if you also looking, this is gonna drive me nuts that I can't recall the word right now. And I did mention it a few times yesterday too, which, anyways, so with that says, and I give you the option that you have, it's always between the red and the blue, always, which in the entertainment world they call it the Bloods and the Crips. But when it comes to deal with politicians and the government, the red and the blue, instead of calling them what they already push to you in the same direction. So if you say you on all for the West, because one side is West, one side is East, that's how it goes. There's no North and South. It's always East and West. There's no North and South for you to say, alright, what about those that's in the northern end of the United States or Canada or whichever part of the world you are. So it's always a battle between East and West. But then they teach you in school that you have 4 corners of the earth. You got the East, West, North, and South. But when it comes to politics, it's always East and West, which is red and blue. So which you choose. So now, since I'm giving you all this so you understand how within the information they give you, you could see that they always says there's a gray area, but it's not a gray area, because if you take a ruler and draw a line or write on a paper with use a black ink on a white paper, you don't see a gray area there. It's either the black ink or the white paper. That's all you see. But when it comes to dealing with these government issues or politicians, they tell you there's always a gray area. Okay, where is the gray area? Because when you put something down on paper, there's no gray area there. So how can you say there's gray where there's no gray existing? But that's how the government runs. That's how they tell you you have to look at it, because it is complicating, and that's the other word too. It's complicating. Okay, so if it is complicating, you are the government, that's what you claim, or the politician that's in charge, you say you are there to make change. So if it is complicating, what do? You take the complication out. So it's no longer complicating. Isn't that how government should run? To make sure for everyone to be happy, as they said, you're going to make people happy. Take the complication out, and people are happy because there's nothing there that's complicating anymore. It's all straightforward. And when you ask a politician a question, as long as it's not a question that it's prepared for them to answer, guess what they do? They divert they never give you the answer. They just divert the question to give you the answer they're already prepared to give. So no matter what, it's that answer that they're going to go give you. And it's so interesting how, time and time and again, if you say you're a leader, why do you always have to prepare a speech to go give? So that tells me you're in a movie. You prepare a script. Television, you prepare a script. So that's what you do. So you prepare a script to give. So does it mean that you're actually applying what is necessary for the people there? No. Why? It is a TV show. Because where do they appear the most? On TV. So when they do, they always got to go with a script. Why? Because it is what they're telling you it is. We're just here to play our part. And where do you play your part? In the movie scene. You play your part and you leave. You show up, you play your part and you leave. So this is what they're showing you, everything step by step as to what they do. So how best can you look at that? Remember, like I said, watch a movie or that TV show that you love the most and see the story that you be missing. Because sometimes you listen, but you still do not get the story. Sometimes you're looking, but you still don't get the story, that it's two different separate stories you actually taking in. And then you form your own. And that's where it becomes dangerous. Because if you're not really paying attention, guess what happened? The two stories that's combining, you're not able to make sense of it. So when you form your own storyline from based on those two, what happened? You get something that you say, oh, I did not get from them. But that's where you get it. You just not putting it two and two together to realize that you've been misled. Which is what your government, your politicians, or politics in general does to people. Misleading you to let you believe that we are the good guys. The good guy always says, just watch me, see that I'm good. The bad guy says, no, I am the good guy. So you have to do what I tell you. The good guy says, look what I do. You will see that it's always good. The bad guy says, oh, don't mind. If doing is not just it, you gotta listen and do what I tell you. No matter what, the bad guy always telling you they are the good one, And you should always do what? Follow what they tell you. The good guy always say, just watch what I do. Watch what I do, because what I do tells you I'm the good guy. It's not just because I'm going to come tell you I'm the good guy. Does your government do that? Says just watch what I do. No, they gotta fight each other, tell you they're the good guy. All in words, no action. So the good guy always uses their action to let you see the good guys. The bad guy always tell you their word is good, and you should take their word for them being good, not their action. They've put this in many movies for you to see. They've put it in TV shows as well for you to see that. But why don't you get it? Because the way they put it to you is that even the good guy most times also follow the bad guy in their footsteps by forcing. Because they're all the same, so they gotta make sure they push that force agenda behind you, so you can always see that, oh, by forcing someone to do something is the way to go. Now, this is your government, that is your politics, politicians. So, the question remains, if you say you're a politician and you're really there to do good, one thing you will also know is that once you're a politician, you can never do good in the way good appears and in the way good stands. Why? Because politics itself is not based off of good. So when you go in, if you forcing that good, you never move anywhere in the politics table. Why? Because they know you are there to push something that it is not set for. So the ones that were already there before you got positions, what they do is make sure you do not move ahead. So now, if you say you have to play the game of politics for you to move ahead, guess what happened? Now you become corrupt. And once you got corrupt, people said, oh, I will just play the game when I get to settle in where I can be, then I can do. That's what everyone always say. But by the time you get to that point, it's been so long of you walking in corruption that what happened? You can still do what you said you're going to do. Why? Because you've been corrupted before you get to that point. So, would a good guy go in politics? No. Why? Because politics corrupt anyone who is good. No matter how much good your intentions are, you will get corrupted if that's the way you decide to go to bring good. Also, since we're in this topic, we're going to be moving to another episode for sure of this very topic, because this is not going to cover what you have to do that I haven't come down to. I'm just giving you all the groundwork of politics, politicians, and the government as a whole, and how they manipulate people and following them by forcing you without really forcing you, but force you at the same time. So we'll go into that deeply in the next episode before I continue. So as always, this is your host, as my time is up, Coolio, and hope this will be an eye-opener for you and you'll be able to see what really going on. So with this says, God bless you all, and Coolio again saying all the best.